Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to this video titled Adding and Subtracting Mixed Numbers. And the goal for this video is for you to understand what you need to do when you add mixed numbers and you need to carry numbers over, and what you need to do when you go to subtract mixed numbers and you need to borrow. So let's take a look at adding mixed numbers first of all. So what I like to do first of all is I like to find a common denominator. So I always like to line this up vertically. And then I also like to make this long line just like this, and I'd like you to do this with me as well. Okay, so we have 4 3/4, 2 4/5. Common denominator is going to be 20 because that is the least common multiple of 4 and 5. We all know how to do this already, so I'm going to skip that step. I'm just going to show you how to multiply and get your common denominator. So whole number stays the same. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. And then now we multiply both numerator and denominator by 4 to get to 20. So we have 2 and 16 twentieths. Okay, so what we see now is we need to start adding together. So we have 15 plus 16. That's going to give me 31 over 20. Now 31 over 20 is a mixed number. We can see 20 goes into 31 one time with 11 left over. So 11 twentieths will be my fraction. Then I carry my 1 over from my mixed number, and I add 1 and 4 plus 2, and that's going to give me 7. I know I'm kind of squeezing it in here for 7 and 11 twentieths. Okay, so again, you need to, if the numerator's greater than the denominator, you need to turn it into a mixed number. The whole number is what you carry over, and then the fraction portion you keep the same. So let's take a look at another one here. I'm going to erase this section. And again, please remember to understand that it is important to write the numbers vertically here. Okay, so that's the first step that you want to do, and let's do that together. We have 6 and 9/10 plus 5 and 1/2. And again, I like to make this really long line here because there's a lot of things I'm going to need to do. Okay, so first of all, common denominator. The least common multiple of 2 and 10 is going to be 10, so my 6 and 9/10 can stay the same. My 5 and 1/2, I'm going to multiply denominator by 5, numerator by 5. That's going to be 5 and 5/10. Next step is I need to add my fractions together. 5 and 9 is 14 over 10. Okay, so again, I need to change that into a mixed number. It's going to be 1 and 4/10. Okay, so what I will do is write 4/10 underneath here, carry my 1 over. Okay, so that's going to give me 12 and 4/10. Now my next step is I need to simplify. So greatest common factor of 4 and 10 is 2. So it's going to give me 12 and 2/5 for my final answer there. So let's take a look at 10 and 4/5. Again, write it vertically. Let's do this with me. And then plus 11 and 2/3. So least common multiple of 3 and 5 is going to be 15. No, my line looks a little bit like the Mississippi River, but oh well. So we're going to multiply both numerator and denominator by 3. Our whole number will stay the same. It's going to be 12/15. Multiply numerator and denominator both by 5. That's going to give me 11 and 10/15. Okay, we're going to add everything together. It's going to give me 22/15. All right, so we know that 22/15 is an improper fraction, therefore we need to turn it into a mixed number and then carry the whole number over to right above the 10. So 15 into 22, do that off to the side. 15 into 22 goes one time. We can see with 7 left over. All right, so our fraction is 1 and 7/15, so we'll write 7/15 underneath this. And then we'll need to carry our 1. So 1 and 1 gives us 2. 1 and 1 gives us 2 for the grand total of 22 and 7/15. So this is how you add mixed numbers together. Remember, you need to make sure this is an improper fraction, turn into a mixed number, and then carry your whole number to the ones place. Now let's take a look at subtracting mixed numbers where you need to borrow. So again, first of all, what you need to do, write everything out vertically. 6 1/3 minus 2 4/5. So first step with this, you need to find a common denominator. So 15 is the least common multiple of 3 and 5, so that's going to be our common denominator. Multiply both numerator and denominator by 5, and that will give you 6 and 5/15. Multiply both numerator and denominator by 3. That's going to give us 2 and 12/15. So you cannot take 12 away from 5. So what you need to do is you need to borrow from the ones place. Now you're going to need to add 15/15 to this fraction. Why 15/15? Because the denominator is 15. If the denominator was 8, you would add 8/8. If it was 57, you would add 57/57 to it. But remember, you're adding 1 to this fraction, and anytime a numerator and denominator are equal, that does equal 1. Okay, so what that's going to give us is 20/15 now. All right, this bottom one, you don't need to do anything, so you subtract 20 minus 12. It's going to give us 8. The denominator stays the same, 8/15, and then you subtract 5 minus 2, and that will give us 3. That is simplified, so 3 and 8/15. Let's take a look at another one together, and I want you to do this with me. So 7 and 2/5 minus 2 and 3/4 All right, so least common multiple of 5 and 4 is going to give us 20. So we're going to need to multiply both numerator and denominator here by 4, both numerator and denominator here by 5. Remember, whole number stays the same, so that's going to give us 7 and 8/20. That's going to give us 2 and 15/20. So now you cannot take 15 away from 8, so what you have to do is you have to borrow from our 7, turn that into a 6, and then we add 20/20 to our 8/20. Why do we do 20/20? Where am I getting that from? That is the denominator. So the denominator again was 87. It would be 87/87, so we would add it to that original fraction. So 8/20 plus 20/20 is going to give us 28/20. Now we can subtract that. 28 minus 15 is 13/20. And then we have 6 minus 2 is 4. So let's take a look at one last problem. Okay, so 7 2/10 minus 4 1/2. Again, we'll write it out. I like that long line here, as we have a lot of writing to do. So common denominator is going to be 10. All right, so the 2/10 does not need to be changed at all. 1/2, we need to multiply both by 5. So we have 4 and 5/10. Okay, we cannot take 5 away from 2, so change that 7 into a 6. Add 10/10 to this. Now we have 10 plus 2 is 12 over 10. Now we can subtract 12 minus 5 is 7/10. 6 minus 4 is 2, for a grand total of 2 and 7/10. So that is how you add mixed numbers when you need to carry from your fractions, and that is how you subtract fractions when you need to borrow from the ones place. If you have any questions about this concept, please come and see me.